Be up after me. Okay.
All right, Coach. Tell me a little bit about your guys' outlook for this year and maybe some things that you'd look to improve upon, as you slowly try to build a program.
Well, we obviously have to improve defensively. We played a lot of young guys last year, and I thought that it showed at times. And we've done a good job this offseason with developing them and just kind of getting back to the basics and making sure that we're doing what we have to do on and off the field with them. And that includes the weight room, classroom, everything. So. That was one of our big goals and one of the directions that we think we're going well in. So that should be a challenge, and then obviously getting your starting quarterback out or back after a 4-game absence is going to be big for us as well.
When you look at Fairmont State, obviously that's the headline, your quarterback wide receiver combination. How do you try and build around that as an entire offense and then also as an entire unit?
Well, I think that I think you have to be able to run the ball effectively in order to let those two kind of work, and we struggle with that at times. And I think overall as a team that was a problem. Well, when we were forced to throw the ball a lot, we struggled, and that's something that we know offensively we got to get better at. Of course, the other side of it, we lost 4 starters, so we got to find 4 guys to come in and play right away and continue to get better there. But I think that. One of the things that Fabian does well is that his work ethic is so good. He's always doing what he can to improve himself. So we're hoping that as a team, as we mature, they mature with him, and kind of we hope that it spreads a little bit. So they're important for us offensively, but they're also important as a team because we're trying to get the same attitude and mindset.
What kind of identity are you looking for from the defensive side of the ball when somebody plays Fairmont? What do you want to have them walk away and say?
Well, I think overall you always want your defense to be physical. I think that you want them to play hard, play to the whistle. When you walk off the field, you want the other team to say, "Man, they give everything they had," and that's offensively and defensively. But physicality is obviously the key to defense. But we need to focus on getting back to the basics. We need to focus on playing a sound scheme and taking care of your responsibility play after play and just doing the best you can on every play.
Fairmont State, several Thursday night games. How excited are you to turn on the lights and play on Thursday night?
It should be a good atmosphere. I know our community's excited about it. I know our city is going to be behind us, and I think it's a good atmosphere for our players. Typically your college days or your college games are Saturday morning, so it's a little change of pace, and anytime you get people in the stands, it's a better environment. So I think it should be fun. We'll be excited for it and looking forward to it.
Coach, last year at this time, your big thing was competition. You had so many young freshmen coming in, you just want to see how they competed. A year later, how did you see those competitions grow from preseason last year to the end of the season?
I think that it's something that you're always going to continue to preach day in, day out, because it's good programs and successful programs have that. Now, I don't know we're necessarily at the level we expect to be or want to be, but I think that as we are there and the longer we're in the program, that's going to continue to get better. Through the season, sometimes you kind of get away from it because you're worried about preparing for the next opponent and what they do and injuries, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that plays into it. But overall, as a program, I saw us compete in the off season. I've seen us compete all summer, so we're hoping that it keeps going, and we're going to keep pushing it through the fall. But early in camp, we expect to see a lot of it, and then once the season starts, a lot of your competitiveness comes on Saturdays. So you're more prepping and preparing, and then Saturdays when you really compete. But you got to do it in the winter, you got to do it in the spring, you got to do it in the summer in order to do it in the fall.
A lot of your guys have talked about personal accolades, but also team accolades as far as setting goals for yourself, setting goals for the team as a whole. What do you guys have as far as goals are this season?
Our goals since we've been here have been to get better every day, worry about ourselves, do things right. My goal is still to get my team to understand what it means to be accountable, what it takes to be a champion, not necessarily what they say it is, but what they do means more, and that's a battle. I think our coaching staff that we have in place now understands that. I feel like that it's something that's going to be supported throughout, and I feel fairly confident that that's going to happen. But that's our goal. Still get better every day. Hold yourself to the highest standard you can, and then try to figure out what it means to be able to accomplish that.